Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell 'em. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. Hot or cold, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. Truly excited about this interview to have Miss Erika Garcia-Niles on with us, an amazing lady doing some great things in education, and truly grateful to have her on and highlight her journey. So first, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, let's dive into it. I know off air we talked about, your amazing journey and the things that you're doing. But if you don't mind sharing some of that with the audience so they have an idea of, who you are and what it is you do.
Absolutely. So I am currently a principal in a wonderful school district in St. Louis, Missouri. I have been in the field of education for 25 years. I love it. I love it every single day. I will say the only thing that I sometimes feel is that I miss being in the classroom. I have a heart for teachers, and that is why I became an administrator to support teachers. My path to get to education was not necessarily straight. It was a little bit curvy. I didn't always know that I wanted to be a teacher. I think school was always a struggle for me. So I, in a lot of ways, became the teacher that I needed in spite of some of the ones that I have had.
Yes.
And I absolutely love, what I'm doing. I just finished my doctorate in educational leadership last spring. So that was a pretty big accomplishment. And really, I just feel very lucky to get to do what I'm passionate about every single day.
So good. I love how you said that, you're just striving to be what you needed. And
Yeah.
like that is, I don't know, it gave me chills because I think the world needs more of that,
I agree. I do.
you
I
know?
think about it from the perspective of how many of our kids feel
Mm,
like school was not made for them,
mm,
because for our kids right now, a lot of school wasn't designed for them. We're continuing to hold on to old systems in
yeah.
a new landscape. And it's not that kids have changed, but childhood most certainly has.
Yes. Wholeheartedly agree with that. What are three things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
Uh, so I would say number one thing I'm proud of is my family.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, what I would call a great accomplishment. I actually work in the school district that I grew up in, which is pretty cool. My husband Darren and I met in first grade at the school that my kids go to, which is pretty cool. And we have three amazing children: 13-year-old twin boys and a
Mm,
daughter in fourth grade. She's 10, and they are just really good people. And I feel really proud of that. I know we have both my husband and I work, so we've really, we kind of tag team a lot, but he has definitely been the glue for our family while I've been pursuing my dreams and getting to do what I love. So I'm just thankful for that. I think another accomplishment is really just my relationships with the people that have made along the way in schools. I think like my staff, I should say our staff, our families. I am really proud of that because I have the trust and I have the relationships because of all the lessons I've learned along the way.
yep.
I didn't, like I made a lot of mistakes. I jumped in too fast, tried to make changes, did all these things. And so by the time I got to my current position, I knew that I just kind of needed to slow down and take time to listen and get to know people. And I'm so proud of the relationships I have with my school community. So I think that that's an accomplishment. And then I would say my third is my just published my first book. So that is pretty cool. I did not see that happening. I know we talked off air about that you were were surprised to be an author as well. But
Right.
I did not expect that of myself. So to have that is pretty awesome.
That's so cool. So just to hear about you talk about your journey, hearing you discuss the three amazing things that you're proud of, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. You okay with that?
Absolutely.
All right. So what is your definition of success?
I feel like to me, success is really about happiness. So, it's not about, like awards or, like it's about doing, what you're passionate about, following your heart and being okay with wherever that gets you, like education is not necessarily a field that is going to make me the richest in monetary, rewards, but I have 25 years of doing what I love with people that I love even more. And that to me is success. It's just being able to really continue to be passionate and to be just really fulfilled and happy. That's what I think of success as being.
I love that. Um, I think simple yet so profound with lots of substance, right? Like
Yeah.
I think if you can find happiness, um, then it makes you happy, right?
Yeah. Oh, for
Happiness makes
sure.
you happy.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It makes you happy. And I think that's so important. I see, and I'm sure you do too, being an educator, like it's one of those things where not many people can say, I love what I do every day, or I
Right.
look forward to going to work.
Yep.
I look
Yep.
forward to, putting the ones and the zeros in this spreadsheet. We get the opportunity to have new, different experiences every single day. And I think that's cool. Like no day is the same, but the people are consistent. They're there and you get to just do amazing things with kids with amazing people. I think that makes me feel happy.
Yeah. And changing lives while doing it.
Yes. Our own
Yeah.
included, like it's
Yeah.
I think about the ways in which my life has changed the most, and the ways my life has changed the most or been influenced the most is when I see the change in other people or the way in which other people have grown or
So
having
good.
other people have accomplishments. I never realized how much more that would important that would be to me than like than my own things, my own
Yeah.
cool things. So
Yeah. It actually gives you the fuel to keep going. Because, none of us are immune. I say this all the time. None of us are immune from growing through tough things, right? And in
true.
those tough times when we have those tough challenges, I think the ability to be able to be of service and help others and see others grow provides that fuel for us that reminds us, no, bro, you got to keep going. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like no, you can't quit.
Right.
I was thinking about you, like the doctorate degree, writing a book. Like, no, you got to keep writing. Like, you got to keep going. Like, you got people depending on you. Like, no, there is no quit. Like, no,
Right. I think about that all the time. I'm like, at what
yeah,
point, like, I mean, I know that there's going to come a time when maybe I should not be a principal. I mean, and I mean that
mhm,
in the fact that, like, I can't, I don't have 20 more years in me.
right,
But, you know, when is it that my voice in terms of education becomes irrelevant? Like, at what
yeah,
point is it no longer, like, am I no longer having the experiences that are going to continue to, like, drive and change education or make education better? I do think about that a lot.
yeah,
But because so much of what I think, I've been able to do and accomplish, and, like my book, even, it's that, empathetic piece of knowing what it feels like you were just talking about. Like, it's those experiences that we've had ourselves when we see somebody else and we're pushing them through because we know we made it through. That empathy piece is huge in what we do and
oh
in
man,
really working to support others.
um, Doctor Erika Garcia-Niles. Now you talking my language, okay? So you're gonna get me going here, okay? Hold on. No, I think too, just hearing you say that, it makes me think about like just growing up and being around people that just believed in you.
Yeah,
Right? Even sometimes when you didn't believe in yourself or didn't think you were worthy of receiving that love that they gave you, right?
right,
And they just enjoyed it. Like, man, if they enjoy what they do, then man, that becomes infectious and contagious. I should
right.
probably be enjoying it too, you
It
know?
is it is true. And like I think sometimes in that it's either what we've experienced or maybe what we haven't experienced.
Yeah,
Because I go
yeah,
back to school and I said this earlier, but school wasn't for me. I was
yeah,
that slip through the cracks. Like I wasn't the top of the top, it wasn't the bottom of the bottom. I was just, like I was just there. And
yeah.
I I want to be able to see each child and be able to know their accurate and precise stories
Come
because
on.
I don't know that my accurate and precise story was known. I don't know that I really had that. So from that, I pulled out this, like desire to become again what I needed.
Yeah.
Somebody that, would see me.
Yes, yes. I love that. So what I want to do now is just throw out maybe three words or phrases at you. And if you don't mind, just talk about what comes to mind or to heart when you hear these words or phrases. You okay with that?
Yes, and I love that you switched it to heart because I've told you like three times. I'm like, I'm not an A type person. My heart is what drives me. So good on you.
I I got you. I got you. All right. So the first phrase I want to give you is quality relationships.
Quality relationships. So I think at at the like helm of that is just trust. It's relational trust. So that's probably the first word that I think of is trust. I think about appreciation as another word that really drives relationship. And I do think listening is huge. So you asked me for three words, right?
Oh no, so I was throwing out words, but you just like you just talk on whatever comes for you. Yeah, you
You're
whatever
giving
you
me three words. I'm not giving
yeah,
you three words about quality relationships. Got
yeah.
it. All
But
right. I'm back in the
but
game.
doctor, if you want to give me three words, you're at you do that. You be
I'm in. Quality relationships. I mean, they're the most important part of what we do. I mean, they
yeah,
are the most important part of what we do.
I love
I
it.
think we are in a people-based profession. I
Hmm.
love it. But if we don't have relationships, no one is going to be motivated to learn or grow from us. And so getting to know our people and seeing each of them, a lot of people say seeing all or every, and I always go back to the idea of like seeing each person and having a relationship with each person as opposed to every person because it's different. And that distinction to me is always huge because like knowing my group of people, I know how to move forward, but that might look different when it comes to how I might support an individual. And so that each word within quality relationships means a lot to me.
I like that. That's so good. All right, the next word I want to give you, and this is a word that you threw out earlier and a couple times, um, creativity.
Yeah. So what comes to mind actually is probably the lack of creativity right now that I feel like standardized testing is creating in schools. So I say that because I've been thinking about it a lot today. We're in the middle of our winter testing, our winter standardized testing, and I just keep thinking about how I want our teachers to take risks, and I want our education to be interest based, and for kids to be able to follow their passions. But it makes it so difficult when we're using a standardized measure that is, hitting at these arbitrary standards that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things that somebody just in some time in some room made up. So I think that ability for creativity in the field of education, we all want it. We all know it's necessary. We all see that, kids need it, but yet we continue to use these metrics of success that are biased, one, and two, not truly measuring who we want kids to be.
Man, that is so good. So good. So the last word I want to give you, and I want to warn you a little bit before I give you this one. Hey, this is the good one right here. This is the good one.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm in. I'm in. I'm ready.
So, uh, so the last one I want to give you is legacy.
Oh, legacy. So I think that is a good one. I will give you that. That is a good one. I think something I talk about often is the idea of leaving things, like the way that you leave things is equally as important as the way that you enter things, right? So as I come into a school and I'm building relationships on the way out, like I want to continue those relationships. But I think the way that we accomplish that maybe is that this school is our school. I am one person, and I don't want a school that is person dependent. I want it to be, people dependent. So we all are sharing ownership over the decisions and the systems and everything. Because when I leave, this school in particular, I want things to continue. I want the relationships that we've worked so hard to build to stay. We want the relationships with our community to be there, and all of those things only happen if you're really building, I think, collective responsibility. For everybody that's involved within an organization, the students, the staff, the families. So when we think about legacy, it's really, not my legacy, it's our legacy. And like, who do we want to be and what do we want to leave? That will continue to happen even in, my absence or anybody's absence. So you do that by making sure that everything that you do within your organization, your school, whatever it is not a product of you, but a product of all of you.
Hey, I have one word in response to that, and that word is boom.
You're kind.
Let's go. No, I love it. I love it because it creates the buy-in, and like you said, it's shared responsibility. Like it's not me, it's us.
Right.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, as we close, I'd love for you to have an opportunity to share with the audience where they can go follow you, check you out, get that book,
Yes.
show you some love.
Yes. So are you? Yes. So I'm on Twitter. That's my
Hmm.
main place, which I'm at Flying Monkey 13. Um, and then my book is called Hacking School Leadership. It is actually based off of the research that I did for my dissertation, which is all about what teachers need from a principal in order to feel successful. And the research part of it is, my dissertation, the boring part. But like the kind of playbook is my book, Hacking Leadership, which is written with Times 10 publications. So it is available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. But a lot of the things that I talk about, a lot of my moves, like in terms of being a principal and being a people-centered principal are captured in that book. So it's, and I think the nice thing about, books that are written about leadership is that I read books all the time that are, business world based or, like that are on culture. And I think a lot of the things that I talk about in there are not just, isolated to school leadership, but also to, all types of leadership. Everybody needs to feel appreciation. Everybody needs to be told they're pretty, all those things. So I feel like it's one of those that, there's just moves that will help people become people centered, if you will.
Love it. Love it. Well, again, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles. I truly appreciate it, and I wish you continued success.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
All right. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless. Go get it.